Hi, welcome to my market update for the week. It's John here at ComhlaTech. Another rough week for the markets. That's 7 straight weeks in a row the indexes have gone down. I think it's actually 8 potentially for the Dow, but certainly 7 for the benchmark with the S&P 500. Really big drop on Wednesday. I was in a trade and I was flying higher up until Wednesday, and then it dropped down. So I ended up with a tiny nick on that one, a small loss. So cratered again today. And had a late recovery, so I've got a feeling there's been a little bit of a rally next week, but it is a bit of a crazy train right now. These are big swings every single day. It's just huge swings. Multiple percentage points in the indexes are moving up and down. Let's see what next week brings. So that was the system update. What's happening in the news, overall news in the markets. The headlines really today were all about the S&P finally hitting its bear market, 20% drop intraday today. The S&P has actually dropped like $7 trillion in market value since the start of 2022, so it's a massive move down. And it had been flirting with a bear market for the last couple of weeks, and this week in particular, until it finally hit that mark today. So that's it's now officially it went officially 20% below its last time all-time high in January. I think it was January 7th or January 5th, something like this year, so it wasn't that long ago. It did try hard to recover some today, but pretty wild scenes here. The Nasdaq is already in the bear market. It actually hit a 30% drop today before recovering some as well. The indexes are super oversold right now, and I think there's a short-term bounce coming at least. A bit of a relief rally will happen probably next week. That's certainly what I think and expect to see. So that was really the market update in terms of what's going on there. That was the major news today. But the news this week really was about earnings in particular. Target and Walmart had their earnings, and they were the largest retailers in America, and their earnings are showing they're starting to really eat the inflation costs to try and stay ahead. So their earnings are reflecting this. Target in particular had plunged 27% on Wednesday, which is its biggest one-day drop since 1987 crash. Just shows you how far back you have to go to see one of the major retailers in the US dropping that much in one day. Extraordinary from Black Monday in 1987. So their earnings came down to they reported 1.3 billion against 2.4 billion year on year last quarter, last year's same quarter. So despite the high inflation, Target's trying not to raise customer prices this year, and that is showing up in their earnings. And it seems that Walmart's doing the same. It's a sort of fine balance for the retailers to keep their customers shopping. And the bottom line is the shrinking earnings have been a real theme for the US's largest retailers. Walmart has already said that its profits shrank by 25% year on year. So these are big changes in the lay of the land, I guess, for retailers. Energy costs, which are on everyone's minds, they remain at record highs or close to record highs. Canadians in particular are, to talk about per litre as opposed to gallon. This we understand up here in Canada. It is close to or at $2 a litre, and it's creeping. If it's not there already around the country, it's certainly creeping close to it. So crazy to think we could barely even give away gasoline back in 2020, and now suddenly it's doubled in price, and the prices at the pump are extraordinary. So something's got to give there. And this week, Tesla was kicked off the S&P ESG index. That's the environmental, social, and social governance index for the S&P, and it's part of its annual rebalancing for that particular index. And partly because the EV leaders apparently it's got a lack of low carbon strategy, which is a bit odd to me, but whatever else is behind what they're doing, they're not satisfied with the measures they put in place. Exxon remains on the index, which is a bit of a weird one, but I guess they've got a better long-term strategy that the index is happier with. So apparently Elon was complaining about it, but Revelations right now is he's got other things to worry about, so we'll see how that pans out. But that was the major news this week, other than the market recovering a little bit today. One interesting fact this week, there was, because of the COVID lockdowns in Shanghai, not a single car was sold in Shanghai last month, which just shows you the devastating effects that COVID has had, and even it continues to have in certain parts of the world. So hopefully things will get better there soon for them, and they start selling some cars again. So that is it. It is Friday. It is a long weekend. Time down tools. Thanks for watching, and bye for now, and have a great long weekend.